What up, world? Welcome to another episode. Brand new wrestling life. Yes. Rating review show. As you know, I am the host, Brandon Janeau. And like always, on all podcast platforms, everywhere, Brandon Janeau Show. Social media platforms, Instagram threads, Brandon Janeau. And of course, Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show. And of course, TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show. Really, where you go, though? Plain old simple is my YouTube channel, Brian Janeau Show YouTube channel. Um, yes, go like the vids, comment, all of it, man. If you help, actually, if you like the videos, man, it helps in the algorithm, gets me more traction. People watch it more. So yes, go watch all the vids, like the vids, man. Appreciate you guys. Let's get into it, man. SummerSlam Night 2 is officially in the books. And what the fuck just happened? It's just, listen, listen. I just checked social media and they're crying like bitches like they always do. That's what they do. They cry like bitches over everything. I don't know why. It is what it is. You're finding reasons to not like the decision of tonight, which is Brock Lesnar is officially back in WWE. I don't think Triple H would do Brock Lesnar like Vince McMahon did Brock Lesnar because clearly Vince and Brock were joint at the fucking hip. Um, I don't think Triple H is gonna do what Vince did with Brock, where he just literally gave Brock fucking six 600 day reigns and shit with titles. Brock is so bigger than a title. He does not need to win a championship. He's Brock fucking Lesnar. Beating Brock Lesnar is more impactful than anything you can have. And now we finally are going to get what we thought we would get at WrestleMania a couple years ago, which was Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. We're probably going to get that at WrestleMania now. That Gunther is pretty much gone. So I can see Brock and Gunther going one on one at WrestleMania 42 because they have no path for Gunther outside of that. Brock is back. I prefer this over The Rock any day. I'm sorry. Like people are delusional as shit. And I talk about the match, uh, the main event tonight. As you know, or if you don't know, if this is your first time watching me do the rate and review show. Um, if you this is your first time watching me do the rate and review show. Um, I go over all the matches. Just like last night, there was one, two, three, uh, four, five, six matches on this card as well, just like its counterpart last night. Um, yeah, I go over all the matches. I talk about my least favorite match to my most favorite match. Uh, let's just get this out the way. Night two is way better than night fucking one. Thank God. I have said this numerous times. There's not too many WrestleMania night. There are not too many WrestleMania night ones that were better than night twos. I mean, WrestleMania 37, maybe? Like, when they went to the night two format, maybe WrestleMania night two. Um, I, like WrestleMania 38, it was a little bit better. I think I like WrestleMania 39 night two way more than I like WrestleMania 31's night two. Even though the Osos and Sammy were good, and Rhea and Charlotte just tore the house down. Um, yeah, night one was kind of like, I guess it is what it is. Um, you no, night one was actually better than night two. No, night two was better than night one because they had I think they had the tag team match on that one. You had Gunther and Drew McIntyre and Sheamus on night two, which was fucking goaded. I mean, that bitch was fucking, whoo, shit, life altering. Like, yeah, that match was fucking good. Holy shit. Um, yeah, but night twos are usually the better ones because, like I've always said, there's more actual wrestling fans. Like I said last night, there are actually more wrestling fans on night two than they are on night one. Like actual fans that actually like know what the fuck they're watching. Like they're not just there to promote a movie or, like I said, casual date night with their girl. Like this is actually a wrestling fan event. Good. So yeah, man, I think night two was entirely better than night one. By the first three matches, I knew night two. First two matches, I knew night two was great. I was like, oh yeah, the fans are there, people care. Yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna be really good tonight. Um, Let me get this out the way. There are six matches on this card. I got one, two, three, four. Got 4 5-star matches. That tells me a lot because last night I literally had two. I had the opening and the closing, and that was it. I had nothing else. That was the rest of the matches was just fucking there. Tonight was way fucking better. Thank God. Like I said, thank God that it was way fucking better. Um, and if I have more than more than one match with 5 stars, clearly I do. I would talk about each match individual that I thought was my favorite match going forward, but then I would give out my match of the night, which would be the last match I would talk about clearly. So let's get into it, man. SummerSlam night two, first time ever they do a 2-night SummerSlam at MetLife. Better fans, thank God it was better fans tonight. Oh my God. So let's get into it, man. Starting out the list, my least favorite match of the night is Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. I gave this 3 stars for the U.S. Championship. It was in a steel cage. I'm not a fan of Solo as a wrestler. As a character, he's funny. He's a little bit of Rikishi. He's Rikishi, early Rikishi when he was in Too Cool. He's his brothers earlier in their career. He's funny. Like I don't know what you want me to what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to say. He's a better version of the Usos and Rikishi when it comes to character work. I don't know. Jimmy's pretty fucking funny, but he's a better version of them. He's a great character work. I think people get this shit twisted for some apparent reason. They think because his character work is great, they think he's great all around, and it's not the fucking case. He's okay. He can wrestle, but he's not Roman. He's not Rock. Shit, he ain't even Rikishi. Like he's okay. He can go, but he's not the greatest fucking wrestler on the planet. He's not. He's okay. And like I said, because you like his character, you let his wrestling just slide. And that's how people are. You just let the character slide. You let the wrestling slide. He's alright. He can wrestle. He can do his thing, but he's not the best fucking wrestler on the planet. He's okay. This cage match I thought would be a little bit more intense. I thought it'd be a little bit more crazier, and it wasn't. It was kind of tame for what it could have been. I mean, I'm not saying give me blood, but I mean, I'm not like give me blood. But it was kind of like, bro, this shit is as tamed as it could be. I don't think it was a super crazy cage match. I thought it was really simple. And then on top of that, again, the point of a cage is to keep people out. The fuck was the point of having a cage match? You might as well have a fucking Hell in a Cell, and it would have been way easier to be like, okay, they popped the latch, they popped the lock on the cage, and they got in the cage. Great, but that's not what the fuck they did. These motherfuckers literally fell into the cage. Like I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Yo, Jacob literally pulled Tonga Loa in the cage. Like the fuck are we doing? Like I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Like this the purpose of a cage match was so fucking stupid. I don't understand it. I hate that dumbass. When you say it's a cage match, let that be what it is, bro. Why the fuck are we running interference? Like I fucking despise that. That is the point of having a cage is to keep people the fuck out the cage. But you got motherfuckers climbing into the cage. What the fuck was the point of saying it was a cage match? The fuck was the point? I'm like, dog. That's the one thing about stipulations that I do get pissed off about. I expected the TLC match to be that way because it's the fucking TLC match and it's got the Wyatts in it. I expected them to do some dastardly shit, but this was just stupid. You named it a cage match, and then you still had motherfuckers from the MFT still come out and then try to get in the cage. What the fuck was the point of having it in a cage match? I hate that shit. That is still one of those things. That is one stipulation that should be 100% protected by the past. That is one stipulation that should always be protected. It's a fucking cage match. It's supposed to be two people locked inside because they kept having interference. Instead, you have motherfuckers still run out there and get put in the cage. What the fuck is the purpose of the cage? You should have just made this a fucking last man standing and had everybody just run the fuck out when they felt like it. That was just very stupid. The point of the cage is to keep people out, and yet that's how Jacob lost because he fucking got hit in the head with a cage by Tunga, whatever the fuck dude name is. Hikaleo. That's what the fuck I'm calling him. I'm not calling him by that new shit. Fuck that shit. But that's very stupid. I don't get like that is one stipulation in wrestling that I do believe that needs to stay a stipulation. Like that shit should stay kayfabe a little bit. Like the point of a cage is to keep shit out of the cage, and yet you still have people climbing into the cage. I don't know what you do moving forward. Clearly, they're going to continuously beef, which is the one detrimental. That is the one detrimental side of Triple H's booking. When shit is supposed to be over, he doesn't know how to move it the fuck on. Jacob is done. Let this shit die. He's not going to be a U.S. champion. Okay, now, is he going after Cody Rhodes? Which would make sense. Jacob and Brock Lesnar? That sounds like a fucking match I would like to look at. That damn sure be like, yeah, let's see how that looks. But the one thing about Triple H's booking that I always say is that he doesn't know how to end a story. He clearly does not know how to put a fucking point blank period in a fucking storyline. This should have been the end. This should be it. There should be no Jacob versus fucking Solo 5. Jacob versus Solo 36. This should be the end. Over, finish, done. Put it to fucking bed. That is the one thing I do fear that Jacob Fatu and Solo are still gonna be beefing. Why? Because he didn't win the title. This is the one thing about the title matches that I do not like. If you're going to do this, have the motherfucker win the title so we can end the story. But it's just not gonna end. And that's the one thing I hate about Triple H's booking sometimes when it comes to these long-term stories. Because sometimes these long-term stories is exactly that, just long. And they're past the point of extinction. And he doesn't know how to end them. This is what I feel that is what's going to happen with the Solo and Jacob shit. That they don't know, he's not going to know how to actually end this fucking rivalry. And now you got Jimmy in it. And now I'm assuming you're going to go get somebody else to team with Solo, with Jacob and Jimmy. And then you're going to go get somebody else to team with them. I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not saying Jacob should have won. Yes, I am. Jacob should have won this. Let's just get the shit out the way. Jacob should have won this. But it's to the point now where it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? This is the one thing I do not like about Triple H's long-term storytelling. He does not know how to put it into a story. This is one of those times you put an end to this story. I don't need Jacob and Solo 55. Like, we don't need this shit. I don't need this to be 2 years of Jacob and Solo still fighting each other. That's very fucking stupid. If he's not getting the belt, move him the fuck on. Let's move him to either Raw or move him to Cody Rhodes. Outside of that, I don't want to see Solo and Jacob no more. It's over. It's finished. Move. Now, if you want to let Jimmy be a part of this, I did. Cool. But if you're going to also move Jimmy to Raw with his wife, clearly, put them with the Usos. Put him back with Jay. Usos. Done. And let Jacob go on and do his own shit. Maybe move both of them to fucking Raw. I don't give a fuck. Move somebody to Raw and move somebody to SmackDown because the fucking brands need a refreshing. That's definitely one thing. I hope they really are bringing back the draft. They need to bring that shit back like ASAP. This shit is getting exhausting, seeing the same roster over and over and over again. But yeah, I gave it 3 stars. I mean, 3 stars. My next match. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. I give this 4 stars. Crazy as it is, this was the only one that was not a stipulation or a multi-man match. This was the only one that wasn't a stipulation or a multi-man match. Thank God. This was funny. This was fun. It was a funny ass. It was a funny match. It was a funny ass match. Dime coming out dressed like Ray. AJ coming out dressed like Eddie from literally 20 years ago, and I used to have that DVD of that SummerSlam on my, like I used to have that DVD, so I used to watch that match every fucking day. Like when we have cable, I used to watch some SummerSlam DVDs like every fucking day. So I remember that match like the back of my hand. Like I remember that match. I remember every single fucking thing about that match. I remember everything about that match. And so to see Dom and AJ go out there and have a goddamn Dom and AJ kind of relive that a little bit. I'm a kid. I'm a child that grew up on SummerSlam. That SummerSlam particularly. I remember damn near every match on that damn SummerSlam. Edge and Matt Hardy. You had Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan close out the night. You had Batista and JBL in a fucking street fight. You had uh Chris Jericho and John Cena, Chris Benoit and Orlando Jones. Yeah, Orlando Jordan, I said, say. But yeah, but yeah, man, that whole SummerSlam was crazy. I remember that SummerSlam. Undertaker and Randy Orton, like like I said, Edge and Matt Hardy. Yeah, that was a crazy SummerSlam. That was a crazy SummerSlam. Um, like I said, the match was fun. Dom won, kept the belt, using Eddie's tactic, which was that is one of my favorite spots in wrestling I've ever seen in my life. Like I remember watching that when he was at WrestleMania 20 with Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle was putting the leg lock on him, the ankle lock on him so many times, and he just took his fucking shoe off. He unlaced it to the point where he was like taking it off, and he sucked, and Kurt saw it, and Kurt ran in there and tried to get it back on him, and he took the shoe off, and Kurt was holding the shoe like, what the fuck? And he turned around and Eddie pinned him. Oh, that shit was so funny. And Kurt was pissed, threw the shoe at Eddie. Oh, that shit was so funny. So to see it happen again tonight, I was like, oh, that's me. That's my childhood. Like that is really that's WrestleMania 20. I remember that match like it was yesterday. So I remember that move. I remember like that. It's crazy. So yeah, man. So Diamond versus AJ. I gave it 4 stars. It was good for what it was. Yeah, it was good for what it was. I don't know. I think AJ's gonna get another shot at it. I don't know if he will. It will be pretty goddamn interesting to see if he does. I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But there's really nothing else Dom can really do until really Liv come back and they kill this Judgment Day storyline. That's literally what they're waiting for. And this is again what I just said about fucking Triple H. He doesn't know how to kill a storyline. Judgment Day should have been already on, you know, Roxanne, Finn, and JD versus Dom, Liv, and Raquel. That should have already been a thing. And instead, we're waiting for Liv, which I get it, but it's still like, bro, just can we speed up this process? Can we speed up this process? Like I'm to the point now where just like, can we speed up this process? It doesn't need to be this long. So Dom and Finn could wrestle, but we don't know when Liv is coming back. We have no clue. We, they said about 3, 4, 5 months, maybe even 6. They have no idea when she's coming back really, and that's kind of the problem of this storyline because Liv is the key because she's the one that's going to tell Dom to get the fuck away from Finn, and Finn's trying to fuck y'all over, and he knows what he's doing. But you can't have that if Liv's not physically there. So now you got to drag the storyline out. And I said this when this shit, because this shit was supposed to happen at what Night of Champions, which was like in June. This was supposed to happen in June, and they had to wait 2 months because I don't think Dom was really fucking hurt because they couldn't tell what to really do with the storyline. So let's move it along and let AJ and him have it. I don't know when Dom loses the belt, and I don't think Dom does lose the belt. Like I said, the plan has always been Finn beats him and takes the belt. So I don't see how AJ beats him and takes the belt. I just don't see it. 4 stars. I give it 4 stars. Now we're in the conversation now. Now we're here. Now we are fucking here. 5 stars. Oh, yeah. My first 5-star match is Becky Lynch versus Laura Vancaria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This was a no count out, no DQ, no count out, no DQ match. I, I, this shit should have just been a false count anywhere. It would have just saved us all the time. This shit should have been a false count anywhere. Anybody could get pinned anywhere. It would have been way easier. Not like the street fight at the end. If you faded a false count anywhere match, you could have still did the same shit you did in this match. It's like you could have did the same shit you did in this match. All in all, they gave them enough time to cook, get this crowd kind of into it. Becky won. Becky kept the belt. She wasn't the only one. Dom kept his belt. Naomi kept her belt. Wyatt 6-1 kept a belt. Solo won clearly and kept his belt. This was a night of champions, really. And everybody kept their belt except one. Everybody kept their belt except one, and that's Cody. I mean, John Cena, and he lost it to Cody. Everybody pretty much kept their belt. Becky kept her belt. Thanks to Bayley. And clearly that's the next robbery. Now, my thoughts was immediately after Laura lost this fucking match to Becky was she's getting moved over to SmackDown because it's the only other fucking idea I can have. She can't challenge Becky for the belt anymore. You're not ready to move her up to that next level to battle Stephanie or Rhea or Io or Naomi. You're not ready to move her up to that level yet. No matter what people think, I'm not saying Laura's a bad wrestler. She's not. She can fucking go in the ring. If you watch this match, you know she can go in the ring. Is that she's not ready to go promo for promo with them, you know, level of success, superstardom with them. If you move out of SmackDown, this kills two things. One, you get somebody that could go with Julia in that mid card division, which we clearly fucking need, and you get much needed fucking help. And I mean much needed fucking help in that SmackDown women's division. One thing about Laura is that this rivalry with Becky has shown you that she just needs the right opponent. And I've been said this. I said this literally last night with Tiffany. What the fuck do you do with her? Because you have nobody over there on SmackDown that even remotely comes close to an actual real threat outside of Bianca. And she's not even physically on TV right now. What do you do with Tiffany in her title reign? Because they have nothing else. If you move Laura over to SmackDown, it's way fucking easier to then sell that match. If Laura beats Tiffany, it makes sense. See, that's the crazy part. If Laura actually beats Tiffany and you give the belt to Laura, Tiffany could be a heel, Laura could be a face. Done. Done. I like I said, maybe you move Laura over and she could go against Julia. Cool. This all depends on what you do and if you do a draft, which they clearly fucking need. Becky and Bayley is clearly their next match. Their next match is Becky and Bayley. That is the clear cut direction. I don't know if Bayley takes the belt from Becky. I can see if she does. It would make sense because clearly Bayley feels like she's just been underutilized, and clearly that would be a great idea to give it to Bayley and let her run it. But yeah, I think Laura going over to SmackDown would be great for her in the women's division in SmackDown because they fucking desperately need somebody. They need fucking people over there like a motherfucker. Like, oh my god. Um, but yeah, man. 5 stars. This match was really good, man. She zip tied her hands. Bayley was doing some audacious shit, and like I said, Bayley came out. Which I knew Bayley would be a part of this matchup. I didn't know how she would be a part of it, but I knew she would be a part of it. And she hit Becky. She hit Laura in the face with a chain that ended up in a pin. Shit happens. Shit happens. That's why I said like now it's probably time to move Laura past this title and get her on SmackDown and have her go out to Tiffany because that's the only other option I can think of. but 5 stars. Next 5 star match. Let's keep it with the women. Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. 5 stars. This opened tonight. This opened SummerSlam, which it should have opened SummerSlam. Who the fuck thought it wasn't gonna open up SummerSlam? I like this dynamic. I'm be honest with y'all. I like this dynamic more than I like the Bianca, Rhea, and Io dynamic of WrestleMania 41. It wasn't two powerhouses and somebody that could fly. This was more like a technician versus a powerhouse versus like aerial attack. And that's always interesting. A technician, a high flyer, and a powerhouse. That's always way more interesting. I'm sorry, it's just way more fucking interesting. Um, Naomi pretty much dominated them for most of the fucking match. I mean, let's be real. Like she dominated them. Um, and when Io and Rhea got their chances, they damn sure showed up and showed out. Io's the best women's wrestler on the planet. She's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Um, excuse me, Rhea. For what Rhea is in the ring, she's better than what people give her. I think Rhea's way better than what people actually think she is. Rhea's way better. She just doesn't have the opponents to really show it, and that's kind of the problem. Naomi is the champ, and she's still the champ. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Stephanie should be Naomi, and I love Stephanie Vicker. I love Stephanie Vicker, but I don't think she need to beat her. And the reason why I think that is because they do better chasing her than them beating her. If Stephanie beats Naomi, what the fuck happens next? What happens next? See, this is the problem with the storytelling. What happens next? Not saying Stephanie shouldn't win the belt or anything like that. Rhea, Rhea, um, Io, and Stephanie. If they chase Naomi for the next up until WrestleMania, one of them is going to win the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. We clearly know that. One of them is going to WrestleMania. Let's get that shit out the way. But what if all four of them go to WrestleMania and that's the match at WrestleMania? A fatal four way for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. You can't get that if Stephanie just beats Naomi. They're just very stupid. They need to all be in each other's orbit. Oh my god, yeah, orbit for this shit to work. But Naomi has to beat Stephanie. And Rhea's the reason for why Naomi has to beat Stephanie. Because Stephanie's not gonna just let Rhea just fuck her over. Like, yo, I thought we were cool, but you came out there and like helped Naomi. What the fuck was that? And on top of that, maybe Io moves past the title and she goes and has a rivalry with Asuka. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe you take Io out and you inject Stephanie into the story. Maybe that's the fucking plan. Because Rhea's not, despite what people want to hope and believe, Rhea's not moving anywhere past that title. That title is Rhea's until they decide when it's the right time to put it back on her. That's the problem. They don't know when it's the right time to put it back on her because so many people will be like, yo, we just had Rhea as the fucking champion. We just had her as the champion. Why the fuck are you going to put it back on her? I have said this numerous times. Stephanie and Rhea is a WrestleMania match. But what if Naomi keeps the belt? And I mean past Clash of Paris. But Stephanie and Rhea develop like this bond, this rivalry, kind of like Io and Rhea. Whereas like, and then Io gets and Rhea and Io wins the Royal Rumble. And that's what makes Stephanie and Rhea lose it even more. Like they're like, you know what? Fuck that. We need to be in this match. This is bullshit. I think that'd be a great idea. I just don't see Naomi just dropping the belt to Stephanie. Now I'm not against it. I'm not opposed to it. I get it if you do it. But then what does that say to Naomi? And what does it do for Naomi? Because after she loses, she's right back to being kind of in no storyline. What is the storyline? What's the storyline for Naomi? Can anybody tell me? If she drops the belt to Stephanie and Clash of Paris, what's the storyline? She's not on SmackDown, so Jade and Bianca is on their own. So she's not on SmackDown. They're clearly going to move past her because they got to get to now Stephanie, Rhea. Stephanie and Rhea is the match, and that's why I say I think they're going to move Io out of this storyline into they're gonna move Io out of the storyline into the Asuka situation. I think Io is gonna get the short end of the stick of the situation, which is they're gonna move into the Asuka situation, which is her and Asuka have problems, and maybe you keep that going. Like I said, I think Io needs to win the Royal Rumble. I think that'd be a way more intriguing situation, or maybe the Elimination Chamber. I don't fucking know, but it'd be pretty interesting to see how this works. This match was great for what it was. I love this match. I thought it was amazing. Like I said, I think the technical styles of each woman made it even better. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's like WrestleMania 41, but I like this match a little bit more because, like I said, it's not two powerhouses and a high flyer. It was a technician like Naomi, a high flyer like Io, and a powerhouse like Rhea. They all played off of what they are, and it's kind of match was kind of worked towards Naomi style more than it was worked to any style. Where it's kind of like you keep them down. You do not, you keep them down. You keep one in the ring, one outside, and that's how you're supposed to make it work. But yeah, I thought this match was way incredible. I'm way, way, way incredible. I knew these three women was gonna kill it. I'm not surprised by no stretch of your imagination. Let's get this out the way. Yes, tonight's women's matches were way better than last night's women's matches. It's not even a fucking close. It's not even fucking close. If I had to debate the women's matches of the last, you know, 48 hours, I guess if you count Friday Night SmackDown too, it would go Naomi versus Io versus Rhea, Julia and Selena Vega, and then Laura Valkyria and Becky. That would be the three. That would be the three matches there. And then, of course, the women matches from last night. And it'd be Charlotte and Alexa, then, Jade and Tiffany. But that would be my list. That would be my five matches. The women matches I've saw the last 48 hours from Friday to now. That would be the list. It would be Naomi, Io, and Rhea. And then it'd be Julia, Zelina Vega. It'd be Becky and Laura, Charlotte, Alexa, in the Judgment Day, and then Tiffany and Jade. That would be the five. That would be the matches. Like if I had to list it for the women, that would be the matches. Done deal. 2 5-star matches. We're getting close to the match of the night. Let's get it going. So close. So close. If the match of the night didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, and that is the TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. This is 5 stars. First of all, shout out and RIP to Candice LeRae. Shout out and RIP to Candice LeRae. She took the most insane bump of the whole fucking match, man. She took the most insane bump. Oh my god, man. Oh man. Oh man. Yes, Johnny Gargano is definitely sleeping on the tour bus or the couch tonight. This is ridiculous. She took that. Oh my god. That and then the shit split. Like it wasn't just like she hit the ladder and then she bounced off of it. Like she hit the ladder and the shit just broke. The shit broke in half. Like it just broke, bro. Oh my god. Oh, that fucking spot was dirty. Oh shit. Yeah, this match is great though. This match was fucking great. I am so happy that these men got a chance to show off what they could do. This should have been on WrestleMania 41. Let me say this one more fucking time. This should have been a match on WrestleMania 41 and not no bullshit ass New Day and fucking Viking Raiders, Warriors, War Raiders. Fuck that. That shit sucked. It fucking sucked. This should have been a match on motherfucking night one of WrestleMania. Give me a TLC match with those three teams, Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, and DIY. You realize that would have been the first time DIY, no, that would have been the first time Motor City Machine Guns was on a WrestleMania card, and you just fucked over them and just like, nah, we can't give you that. Get the fuck out. Over the fucking Viking Raider, War Raiders, and fucking New Day. With a dead ass tag team division. Raw has a dead ass tag team division. Like I said last night, Triple H does not know what the fuck to do with those titles if it's not on if it's not on Judgment Day. He has no idea what to do with them. If they're not on the Judgment Day, he has no fucking clue what to do with those tag team titles. I said this shit last night. If the Judgment Day does not have the tag team titles, he don't know what to do with them. He has no clue. He has not one fucking solid thing to do with the fucking title. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. This is why I say this draft needs to fucking happen. It needs to happen soon. Because there are so many fucking tag teams on SmackDown that could easily fit Raw. You can move Andrade and Rey Fenix over to Raw. You get two solo stars, and plus on top of that, at any moment, Penta and Rey Fenix can team up, and that makes Andrade a heel. Which that's Andrade's best strength, is when he's a fucking heel. And maybe pair him up, and you bring back somebody, or maybe you move somebody up from NXT and pair him up with him. Great. Hell, he joins Legado del Fantasma, and they go off to Raw. Great. Or he joins the LWO and he becomes the leader, and he turns them heel. Great. But fuck Fraxium. I was banging on a table when they were gonna move Fraxium up from the NXT to fucking WWE to the main roster. I was banging on a table. I said, bro, if you do not move Fraxium to fucking Raw, it's going to be a problem. Now you are in a problem. You have no tag teams. This TLC match was the perfect example of why I say Raw sucks at tag teams. You had a fucking mismatched team that just got put together 6 weeks ago that had more tag team experience together than the fucking tag teams you have on Raw right now. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, this shit was fucking terrible to watch. I know Raw tag teams were watching this shit was like, we could do that. We could do that. No, the fuck you can't. No, you can't. You can't do that shit. They had a spot in this match, man. They had 4 people get put on tables, and every single person from a team took a person out. Oh my god. Yo, that fucking tag team, that's a goated, bro. When I saw the Dudleys and the Hardys in the crowd, I said, oh my god, they about to go out here and kill. I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down. I was like, oh shit, we about to get one. Yo, this fucking match was goated, bro. It was goated. The Y6 won. You can even hear the crowd boo that decision, which is crazy to hear. The Y6, I have been very open about my disdain for the Y6. I think that they don't know what to do with them. Triple H don't know shit to do with the Y6. He doesn't know what to do with them. So you gave them tag team titles. Why? The plan for the Y6 when they first started clearly is not the plan anymore for the Y6. I'm not interested in the Y6. I haven't been interested in the Y6 since the fucking debut. I have been on my podcast. I've been on my family's podcast, Straight Through the Ropes. I have been very fucking vocal and very fucking honest about this shit. I do not care about the Y6. I do not give a fuck. I love Bray Wyatt, the man himself. What he was to wrestling at that time when wrestling needed it, he was one of those men that understood. He understood. But the Wyatt Six itself has completely not lived up to what the fuck it was supposed to be. This is one of those examples where you had the best debut and nothing else has made sense since then. Nothing else has made sense since then. I take that back. The Chad Gable shit was the best thing that they ever did with the Y6. Outside of that, they have sucked. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. This fucking faction has sucked. It just doesn't make sense. You gave them tag team titles. Y'all realize the Y6 debuted like a year ago? Yeah, like almost like damn, like almost like a year ago. They debuted what, a year and a half ago? They're now starting to be on TV. Like actually on TV. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. They won a match, great. Again, it goes to the question of that was pretty much all your tag team division. That was the entire tag division that just lost. So what's next? See, this is the problem. What's next? Technically, none of them got pinned, and that's where the dilemma lies, right? Well, we didn't get pinned, but you lost. You know the rules of a TLC. The motherfuckers that grab the titles wins the belt, wins the match. So you just beat every tag team on SmackDown. It's just like the only one that wasn't there is the God of Death Phantasma. That's it. That's the only tag team, and pretty deadly. Which them motherfuckers get hurt every fuck. It's if it's not one, it's the other. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you do with these. I don't know now what you do with the tag team division. Like I said, move some of them tag teams to Raw. You can move DIY back to Raw. I wouldn't mind that. You can move Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and the Creed Brothers. Let's do that. I really do believe you need to move Andrade and Ray Phoenix to Raw. And I think that's what you need to do. I think Penta and Ray Phoenix together will be awesome to see. Penta is clearly going to be in this situation with Seth Rollins now. I can see it. But what do you do with Penta afterwards? Like Penta's not beating Seth Rollins. And here's the thing. I think that's a Clash of Paris match. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Penta. But he's not beating Seth Rollins. So what do you do with him? What do you do with him? How about you team up with Ray Phoenix? Move Andrade back into the LWO situation. Let him take over the LWO. And turn him heel. All in all, this TLC match was fucking fantastic. There's not one person I don't think will ever sit there and tell you the TLC match wasn't fucking goated. Like you are delusional if you sit there and tell me that it wasn't. It's just not my match of the night. Because my match of the night clearly is what else would you have assumed? It's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. It is 5 stars and it is for the undisputed WWE Championship. This is my match of the night. Fuck The Rock. Fuck The Rock. Fuck him. Fuck you. This is why I say that. Because there's no reason for these two men to go out there tonight. And yes, I know it's a street fight. It's smoke and mirrors. This shit was extremely fucking better. I mean, extremely fucking better than WrestleMania 41. It's fuck night and day. This shit is like Marvel Universe different. Like it's like we're living in a different time period. It's like what the fuck was that at WrestleMania 41? If y'all could have did this tonight, like the fuck are we doing? I will always say this. I still believe John Cena, despite of a heel turn or not. I just didn't think John Cena go out there and have a singles match against Cody Rhodes. That's just the facts. I never thought Cody Rhodes and John Cena would have a great one-on-one singles match. John Cena had been in the ring by himself in at least a year. At least a year and a half, maybe two. He hadn't been in the ring by himself. And I said this for fucking months that I didn't think John Cena and Cody Rhodes was going to have a great WrestleMania match. I said that for months. But it still does not change the facts that The Rock fucked up the story. You could get mad at that shit all the fuck you want. See, this is what I said. I wanted to talk about it last night, but fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it tonight. Because I waited for this to see what was gonna happen. Because I wanted all you fuck up ass, you bitch ass Rock fans to get on here and listen to me. Fuck The Rock. Let this motherfucker go. Let him fucking go. He's not coming back. Let him go. He is not fucking coming back. Let his bald headed ass stay in fucking Hollywood. Y'all have truly about the dumbest fucking fans I've ever seen in my life is the fucking IWC. They are fucking retarded. I can't. You motherfuckers are retarded. Like, they're seriously retarded. You blame Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania 40. All right, cool. Blame Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania 40. So what's the excuse for why The Rock and Roman couldn't fight at WrestleMania 41? What's the excuse? It's the same fucking match. The only difference is the title's not online. It's actually a way bigger title if you actually played it the right way, which is the Ula Fala, the tribal chief, the head of the table. This bitch ass nigga come out here on Monday Night Raw, June 6th, walks down the ring and puts the Ula Fala over Roman Reigns' head, over his neck. And that literally killed the fucking story. That's what it is. It just shattered the story. But you blame Cody for fucking WrestleMania 40. Okay, you fuck ups. How the fuck is The Rock still not gonna fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41? It was right there. It was right there. The story was always Roman and Rock over who's the head of the table. Nothing more, nothing less. But let y'all tell it. Roman should have fought Rock so he could keep the belt. Roman. Let me also say that right now too. Roman was never walking out of WrestleMania 40 champion. I don't know why the fuck y'all believe that. Rock was beating Roman. Oh, you love the final boss. He was never going to be the final boss. He was coming back as the people's champion to dethrone his cousin who's overruled WWE for 3.5 years. If you do not know fucking wrestling, I don't know what to tell you. You just sound you just want to be stupid. The Rock was beating Roman, and then he was going to leave the belt in the middle of the ring, and then Cody was going to win the belt at some dumbass event, and that's how Cody was going to get crowned. And there was no Roman, there was no set, and now there's no Rock. So there was 3 people that was just gone. So Cody's going to be some secondary ass wrestler. Like LA Knight. Now I'm saying LA Knight is a secondary wrestler. But compared to Roman, Set, and the fucking Rock, he's a secondary fucking wrestler. Fuck out of here. This is my problem that I have with these dumbass fans. Because you think somebody told you something once and you just believed it. You just believed it. Roman was never beating The Rock at WrestleMania 40. If you think that, you just showed me how fucking casual as fuck you are. You just showed me how casual the fuck you are. Because that's all you thought. Oh yeah, Roman's gonna be Rock. You really believe that shit? Roman had nobody else to beat. Roman had nobody else to beat. So you wanted him to go to Backlash and then drop the belt to Cody Rhodes there. Got it. That's very fucking stupid. That's very fucking retarded. Like I said numerous times. The Rock never needed to be a part of the storyline. He never needed to be a part of the storyline. And for the dumbasses also, go watch Unreal. The Rock literally told Triple H then, while they're trying to set up this heel turn for John Cena, he's like, "Hey man, I don't want it to be about the soul anymore. Why? You made it this way. You injected yourself into a storyline, and this is also on Nick Khan's stupid ass because your dumb ass thought, hey, we need to sell more tickets. Really, bitch? You really need to sell more fucking tickets? So you call a fucking Rock? I guess, dude. I guess, dude. Triple H is not immune to this shit either. Don't get it twisted. Triple H is just ass fucked up for thinking that was a good idea too. John Cena turned face Friday and kept it that way, which was great. John Cena as a face, and I realized this watching this match. I was like, damn, John Cena works way better as a face. Like he cannot work as a heel. He just can't do it. It worked for the 5 months he did it because he couldn't take the punishment and the abuse that he usually could take. But this shit, man, that shit like today was this night, this match with Cody. That was the best John Cena. That was the John Cena I thought we would have for a while, and we finally got it tonight. That was the best John Cena. That was we that was the best John Cena we're gonna get for the next 4 months. That's the best John Cena we're gonna get. Enjoy it because that was the best we're gonna get. I think he'd get a match out of Gunther. I think Gunther could get a match out of him. I don't really know what you do with him and Brock right now. I have no idea because clearly that's going to be a match. Maybe that's the match of Clash of Paris because Cody's about to take a break. Roman's about to go. They both about to go shoot Street Fighter. Um, so maybe that's the match. Maybe for the next couple weeks on SmackDown leading up to Clash of Paris is John Cena, Brock Lesnar getting ready for the last real match between those two. Maybe that's the match. Maybe that's the match. But yeah, I'm sick and tired of people sitting there trying to tell me that they need The Rock. Fuck The Rock. Fuck him. He don't care about you. He never fucking did. I did this when the WrestleMania shit happened. I'm gonna do it again tonight. Let that bald-headed fuck go. Let him go. He does not give a fuck about you. He don't care. He doesn't care about WWE. He never did. Let it go. Dwayne Johnson does not fuck with the WWE. Let it go. Now you can finally put this shit to bed because you just couldn't see it. You could not let it be that way. But y'all still sitting there trying to tell me, but The Rock should come back. Shut the fuck up. Let it go. He's not coming back. Once he killed the storyline, bro, what's the point of having him here? What's the point? Well, Brandon, he could pick it up whenever he wants to. You know how fucking retarded you sound? The point of the story, I don't want to see it a year from now. I don't want to see it 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Fuck the point. It's just like this John Cena heel turn. It was too fucking long. You should have turned heel when he lost to The Rock at WrestleMania 28. Done. But you didn't want to pull the trigger. So now you pulled the trigger, and this heel turn sucked. It fucking sucked. John Cena needed to turn back face, and I'm so happy they did it because they needed to get it done. John Cena could not have been a heel too much fucking longer because now you are running the risk of what the fuck do we do with him if he loses the belt? You can't go backwards. Like you've already had the Randy Orton match. You've already had the CM Punk match. What, you're gonna have him and AJ Styles wrestle? Hey, and he doesn't have a belt. Like what is the point? I love this match very fucking much. I thought what they did tonight was exactly what they needed to do. It was exactly what they needed to do for Cody and John. It gave both of them a chance to reinvigorate. I said that word probably wrong, but anyway, but it gave them a chance to get people back on the side of that match. Listen, like I said, I tore that fucking match to shreds for WrestleMania. I could not believe that bullshit. And I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't expect it to be that fucking bad. This match was better. Way fucking better. It had more time. John actually looked like he actually was in the match. Like, this was the best it could have been. The crowd is going to cheer for John Cena because it's John fucking Cena. But at the end, they did exactly what I expected them to do. Cheer for Cody Rhodes. Because Cody is the new man. Done. Pass the torch. Let's move on. But I am sick and tired of fucking people on social media that's continuously screaming about the fucking Rock. Can you now let this shit die? He's not coming back. Let it go. He's not coming back. What's the point? Is he bringing Travis Scott? Because clearly that's also a part of the story. See, this is the problem with people. You know Travis Scott's a part of the story too, right? So is he bringing Travis Scott? Is he gonna bring Don Tolliver? Post Malone? Fuck out of here, dude. No, he gonna bring Jake Paul. That's who the fuck he gonna bring. Logan couldn't get him, so he gonna bring Jake Paul. Ain't that a bitch? Oh no, night 2 of SummerSlam was way better. This was just better. Like I said, night 2s are usually the better ones because real wrestling fans are actually there for night 2. They're not some made up fans that just took the girl out because that was just the hot tie. That was the hot ticket in the city. Night 2s are always better than night 1s. I thought this was a way better fucking PLE. Thank God. Because night 1 sucked. It was fucking horrible. I liked 2 really great matches. The rest of them felt like they were just there. This felt more like, and I've been said this, and I said this shit last night, I said it again. They should have had some of these matches on night 1. You could have had the Jelly Roll Randy Orton match in the Jacob and Solo spot. What's the difference? You could have switched them out. What's the difference? And Jay would have been in the building when Jimmy went out there. So would Roman. You could have switched those matches. You had 3 tag team matches on one night. Who the fuck does that? That's very stupid. It's just you just burnt the crowd out. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. My next PLE rate review show would be NXT Heatwave, which is August 24th. And then the next one would be Clash of Paris. So, and that's August 31st. So those are the next 2 rating review shows. Of course, Wrestling Life episode. I'll be back tomorrow. This week, I should say. This week with a Wrestling Life episode. Talking about everything that's going down. Seth Rollins is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Talk about that cash in last night a little bit. Talk about it tomorrow after I see Raw. Brock Lesnar is officially back. I talk about that when I get more information on what the fuck we're gonna do with that situation. And what's going on next? What's really moving forward now? What do you do with Tiffany? What do you do with Tiffany? What do you do with the Dom AJ situation? What do you do? So I'll talk about that next this week. And if you've been a fan of my top 10 lists, well, I got something for you because I'm doing my top 10 90s wrestlers. My top 10 90s wrestlers. So that's coming up this week as well. So stay tuned for that. Outside of that, this has been Wrestling Life Night 2 SummerSlam Rate Review Show. I am Brandon Janeau. Peace.